right, we are going to service the transfer case on this 2017 Toyota Tundra. And I've already started off with the wrong tools. All right, let's try this again. You really don't have to take this off, but I can't remember if there's something in the front that holds this or not. Let me look. Yep. There's 4 bolts to hold the transfer case skid plate on. These are 12 millimeter. Like I said, you really don't have to take this off. But I like to be as clean as I can be. This does have a drain hole in it. You know, whatever gets down in there will drain out, but anyway, I would rather just take it off. And had I planned ahead, I would have grabbed my electric ratchet. One more. Okay, there's that. Now, let's make sure we can get our fill plug loose. And that is suspiciously loose. It's not good. Okay, let's move to our drain plug. Also suspiciously loose. All right, well, let's see what comes out of it. Oh, and there went the drain plug. All right, I'm going to have to fish the drain plug out of the bucket. I'm not sure. That seems really thin. What is that? This also seems to have Teflon tape. No, that's not Teflon tape. That looks like a thread sealer. Okay, so the fluid that we're using, if you can see this, Redline MTLV. This is a 75 weight oil. So the manual calls for 70 weight oil, and you can find 70 weight oil. The Toyota branded stuff, it's really expensive. So I found this Redline MTLV, 75 weight. And it had good reviews and so forth. And it was way cheaper. Not quite sure how I'm going to fill this yet. I'm going to have to study on this for a second. All right, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to dig the drain plug out of the bucket and figure out how I'm going to fill this thing and not make a massive mess. All right, so I got the drain plug out of the bucket. That was pretty easy, just had to sacrifice one rubber glove. And let's fill. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is pipe thread. And pipe thread is a sealing thread. So you really don't have to have a sealer, and you also don't want to over tighten it. Okay, we're drained and it's time to fill. So as luck would have it, maybe I have this clear tube that just happens to fit snugly down inside that, and I'm going to attempt to fill this using this tube. It's either going to work or fail spectacularly. Let me just push that up in there so I can make some room around the exhaust. Let's get some stuff flowing. We're flowing. So this is a pretty thin oil. I was kind of alarmed when I started draining this. It turns out it is a thin oil. And that's going to be about as much as I can get with the tube in the way. Let's see if I can pull the tube out. So it is a pretty thin oil. My initial concern was that somebody took this to a quick lube place and they put ATF in it. And I don't think this is going to work too well. Let's see if I can get that started in the hole. Well, that's working. I like to fill till you spill, I call it. So basically I'm just going to fill it till it starts to spill out, and we're not spilling yet. So I'm going to start with the other quart. And you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just basically just swapping this tube from one quart to the other, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to fill this until it starts to run out. I did not use all of the first quart because this method is not allowing me to get the whole quart of fluid in it. I got the majority of it. So let's try the same thing. I'm losing just a little bit. So let's see what happens. We didn't lose much. pull this tube out a little bit and go at it again. You can buy fluid pumps. It probably would fit this, but I'm obviously not super prepared. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got. I'm seeing quite a bit come out. So I believe we're going to start spilling. Maybe, maybe not. Now I'm going to take the other quart and put that in the remainder of the first quart. I'm going to put it back in the quart that we were just using. And try not to spill it. So I found this fluid on Amazon. My local parts store did not carry it. And I like to order stuff through Amazon anyway because I like to read reviews, and to be frank, you just get better pricing than what you're going to find locally, unfortunately. All right, let's see if we can get the rest of this in here. Oh, I'm losing too much. Let's try this again. All right, we're still filling. I believe that's all I'm going to get. I believe we are at the bottom of the fill hole, but I think there's still a little bit to be had out of this quart. What if I did this? This is probably not going to work. What if we tried this? All right, so I need to get this up as high as I can, like that. I only bought 2 quarts. All right, I think this is going to do it because this is not going, it appears to be full. So we should be, once I pull this out, we should see quite a bit of fluid come out. Famous last words, there we go. All right, we are full. Awesome. So you're gonna need 2 quarts. And a pump or some kind of method of, some kind of tube to get this in there. I got lucky. So I'm doing a series on this truck. This is a new to us Toyota Tundra. We did have a Carfax on it when we bought it, which was good. You know, there was no accidents or anything like that. And it's always been a Southern truck. But the Carfax didn't show any maintenance like transfer case or transmission or differential, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is make sure all the maintenance is up to date. I've already done the rear differential. I'm going to grease the drive shaft U-joints. That's next up. So I'm going to do a series on these. I'm going to break these up into individual videos. The front differential I'm going to do separately because I do have some play in the left front axle, which usually indicates the needle bearing issue. So I'm going to be doing that in a separate video. Probably take me about 2 hours. I've done those before on a couple of 4Runners. It's not bad. I'm going to use an East Coast gear supply, East Coast ECGS, East Coast gear supply bushing that replaces the needle bearing. And that's a one-time fix. Once you do that, you're done. You don't have to redo it. I'm not getting any kind of shimmy or anything like that, which does indicate a bad needle bearing, but there seems to be, to me, a lot of play in the axle. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I know how to do it. I've already got the tools. So I'm going to do that. So, all right. Transfer case is finished. So be sure to subscribe and don't miss these videos if you're looking to get your maintenance up to date on your Tundra. See you on the next one.